Hello and welcome to the Nerd Age Podcast. This is a show where we talk about things that are nerdy. My name is Jonah. I'm here with Josh.
What's up?
And it's Mick.
Hey, how's it going?
Nice. Deep voice Mick is here with us.
Not by choice.
Did any of you guys watch Captain America?
That came out?
Yeah.
No.
Nobody? Okay.
Reviews are pretty bad, though.
I apologize. We're not going to be covering Captain America today, but we will. We're going to have a news and a rumor show today. Random stuff that we got. The first thing I wanted in the news, we got our first look at Matt Damon in the
Gladiator
Odyssey.
3. Oh.
In the Odyssey, he's playing Odysseus, right? Is that?
I think so.
And I thought it was a cool look. It's like Matt Damon, but I trust Nolan. I trust Nolan.
Matt Damon.
I trust Nolan. But the thing that drove me nuts, there were so many people that were like, as a historian, this is the wrong kind of armor. They didn't have that armor. The Greeks didn't have that armor. They had the boar tusks, and they were doing all this. And they're like, how does Hollywood keep screwing this up? I'm like, guys, I'm going with Nolan. Whatever he wants to do. Matt Damon could show up in a balloon hat, and I'd be like, I'm in because it's Nolan. Get out of here.
Or a bulletproof vest.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
that works.
3-piece suit.
What'd you guys think of his look?
Yeah, I thought it was fine. I mean, it's one picture. It's not surprising that people are losing their minds over it, but yeah, for the one picture of Matt Damon in a Trojan-looking uniform, I guess it looks pretty cool. Yeah.
Was that the only picture they did?
Yeah, that was the only one. And then
I saw a different angle.
Oh, was there?
Yeah, that might have been AI.
Maybe it was just flipped.
No. Yeah.
You're like,
could do that? Like he was looking more like past the camera, but that could have been fake.
It might have been.
Yeah.
I thought it was funny. They were like, Universal sucks because they copyrighted their own image. Like when people tried to look for it, they're like, Universal has copyrighted, but like Universal tried to share their own like picture and it copyrighted themselves. They're like, idiots.
That's how it goes.
Josh, what'd you think?
I mean, I just looked at it right now. That looks pretty cool.
You hadn't seen it?
No, I hadn't seen it. I think I was. Yeah, someone
You
said.
obviously don't follow the Nerd Age podcast on Facebook.
I'm not on social media.
Oh, wow.
So no, I
wonder
don't.
we only have like 3 views.
I mean, yeah, it looks pretty cool. I will say historians historically are miserable people.
Yeah.
You know? Like they can't enjoy anything.
Well, the worst.
Well, technically, that wasn't around back then.
The worst thing is, they showed pictures of what the armor looked like, and I was like, "This looks stupid." If you wanted him to be looking like this, no, I'm not having that. So, tell me more.
Sims doesn't like it.
I'm excited for it. The cast is insane. We've gone over the cast before. We don't need to go over it again. But
It's constantly changing every day.
I can't wait for this movie. Anytime Nolan, and this movie's probably going to come out before Across the Spider-Verse Part 2.
We get it. We get it.
But next thing in news, Rings of Power Season 3 officially renewed.
Okay.
And we got a little, it says, jumping forward several years from the events of Season 2. Season 3 takes place at the height of the war of the elves and Sauron as the Dark Lord seeks to craft the one ring that will give him the edge he needs to win the war and conquer all Middle-earth at last. So we're getting a time jump, which I think is a great idea. I think they left it up with, I think by this time Rivendell is going to be built.
Yeah.
Probably. And I just think it's smart to have a time jump. I think I'm excited for it. Again, this show I've really liked. I know a lot of people complain about it, but visually it looks amazing. I like the actors and the characters, and I'm just wondering what they're going to do with Season 3. Now that there's a time jump, now we're going to get the war there. To me, that's awesome.
How long do you think the time jump is?
Several years.
3 years.
100. 100 years.
Yeah, what? Well, you know, how long is you're the Tolkien expert here.
Well, in the books, it's literally like hundreds of years.
The war is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like even the siege of why am I blanking on Celebrimbor's place? That siege is like 80 years.
Oh, dang.
So it's like they already cut it down a bunch. So I think it's smart. I'm going to say, let's say 7 years. 7-year time jump. I don't know. I don't know if it'll be that many. But I think it's smart to do that because then now you're not like you're getting more in line with the books with the time, even though obviously the time scale is way different, but you're still moving forward. You're establishing this war's been going on for a long time. It's a long struggle. And then you can go into the rest of the stuff. You can follow more closely the rest of the stuff from here on out, essentially. Because they've had to move a lot of stuff around. Or they've moved a lot of stuff around. Yeah. I don't know whether or not they had to. But yeah, they changed some stuff around. So I think this will hopefully get them more in line with timeline, but I think it's smart. And then we can see, Sauron starting to build up his army.
Or already built up since they're already battling.
Right.
And he's got armor now.
Yeah.
Historically accurate.
Historically accurate.
He's got that boar tusk. The next one, I don't know if you guys care about this, but Will Smith says that Hancock 2 and I Am Legend 2 are both in the works.
Is he shooting them back to back?
Hancock 2, he says he's going to have a role for Zendaya to join, which is
wonderful.
Like, great. And then I Am Legend 2 has, was it Michael B. Jordan?
Okay, now that's cool.
And I Am Legend is actually the sequel follows the alternate ending of I Am Legend where he survives.
Yeah.
So, which I think is a better ending than what they did.
Yeah.
So if you haven't seen that deleted scene, it's go pull out your I Am Legend DVDs and look at the deleted scenes.
Your HD
the alternate
DVDs.
ending. But yeah, what do you guys think? I like both those movies. I think they're a little too late to come out now.
It definitely seems like this could have happened at least 10 years ago.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, I would say I like I Am Legend a little bit more than Hancock.
Yeah.
Hancock's fine, and it's got some good moments, but where was this 10 years ago kind of thing? And I've heard like, hey, these movies are coming out, and I've heard that for so long, and it just is like, my interest in it is definitely not, I think, what it could have been.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I don't think I'd ever heard that they were going to make a Hancock sequel.
This is the first time I've heard.
Okay, yeah. The I Am Legend stuff's been around forever, though.
Yeah.
And yeah, I really like I Am Legend. So sure, why not? But like you said, Mick, I feel like it's like who's clamoring for the I Am Legend sequel and the Hancock sequel.
Well, and I feel like too, like maybe it's just me, but it seems like the zombie craze has kind of died off a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm
and the superhero craze also.
Yeah.
So I would have rather had After Earth 2 and
right.
iRobot 2 instead.
Hey,
Yeah.
that's quality movies there.
And robots too.
The next one is we got posters for The Last of Us. I don't know if you guys got a chance to see those. That comes out in April. We got some character posters there. And then the news that they're officially going to be 4 seasons of The Last of Us. It'll end with season 4. You guys have played the games, so you guys know the second season. So are they going to kind of...
Well, okay, what I think would be probably the smartest way to handle season 2 and game 2 is split it up into 2 seasons. It's just, compared to the first game and first season, it's just a much bigger, more complicated, interweaving story that I feel like in order to do it proper justice, they probably should spread it between 2 seasons.
Yeah.
And then that 4th season, I don't know, that would be new stuff. I don't know if they're
Did they announce The Last of Us 3? I saw a poster, but was that AI?
It's a rumor.
Okay.
Okay.
Because I saw a poster that it said The Last of Us, and then it had
there might have
3
been a
or something.
leak or something along those lines of like they're probably going to make a 3rd one.
Okay.
But yeah, I think for season 2, without getting into spoilers. I think that it makes most sense to split it up into two. I'm curious to see what that third or fourth, technically, season would be. But I'm sure they'll add more things.
Yeah.
Because that's what they've done with the first season. Yeah, like strawberries and Nick Offerman.
Like strawberries.
But since they have the creator of the game.
Yeah, the Naughty Dog.
Yeah, the Naughty Dog himself.
The Naughty Dog.
He's able to kind of like, oh, I really wanted to do this, but we didn't have time to, so they can throw stuff in. So I think that's cool. So I think they'll probably stretch it out there. Yeah, I wonder. There is kind of like at the end of the game, there's kind of like a final mission that you kind of aren't expecting. I wonder if they'll draw that out more to be the final season. Because it is kind of set up in timelines of like, this is what's happening, and then you flip, and then there's time jumps.
Yeah, I think that would be an example of them adding a lot of stuff, because if you look at that final mission, it is pretty straightforward in what happens, but like you said, they could just add a bunch of other stuff to it. I don't know. I'd be curious to see just brand new stuff for the final season, whether that's before a third game or in conjunction with a third game. I don't know.
Yeah, that'd be kind of interesting if they did like a season 4 and a lead up to the third game. That'd be kind of interesting.
Because I don't know. Maybe I just, because I played the games first, I would prefer to finish the whole thing through the games. Like, to me, that's just how I would feel the most like completeness with the story. I don't know if that makes sense, but
yeah. Oh, comes out in April, so we'll see what they do. Next bit of news: Zoe Saldana said that, talking about the Avatar sequels, that she's like, I probably still have 8 more years of filming stuff once all the sequels are out. Because there's what, three more movies after this one? 2 more movies still?
Okay. The second one just came out.
5 total.
The third one's
3,
coming out,
and then there's 2 more.
There's 2 more after that.
So she was like, it's going to probably be 8 more years of me doing this, which is, I mean, that's pretty nice to have. Like, hey, I got 8 years.
Nice job security.
So that's kind of crazy.
And those movies make $1 billion every time.
And she probably gets paid really well. And most of it's like mocap, so it's like she doesn't have to worry about aging and stuff, you know, because they're just like, oh, you know, we don't care.
She's got to be like one of the highest grossing female actors, right?
Probably, because she's been in
Marvel,
and
Avatar,
get her in
Out
Star
of the
Wars. We already talked about this one. Spider-Verse seems like it's being delayed to 2028. That's
a lie.
I mean, that's what people are reporting.
Who? Where is this coming from?
Sources.
I just looked over and I was laughing at Crystal's face she's making.
That's 3 years from now. How?
There's no way, dude.
Well, the rumor is early. The rumor was earlier that they were going to change it, but then they decided to redo the whole movie. So the animation, they're always talking about how it takes forever to do. So it makes sense.
Well,
but
it was supposed to come out last year.
That's absolutely crazy that you're going to have a Nolan's movie before. Like, he'll have Oppenheimer and The Odyssey before we've gotten a sequel that they were like, oh, we basically filmed these together. Because even the actor said that they haven't even gone in and done their lines.
Yeah,
which is insane.
Although that normally takes like, you know, a
2 seconds,
week.
Dude.
Yeah, but that means they don't even have the script ready to go.
Yeah, that takes like 2 weeks to write.
Yeah.
So to me, it's like if you're doing animation with no script.
I mean, they obviously have a script. Actually, I don't know
if they redid the whole thing. They're starting from square one, which means like that's just dumb.
I don't know why they wouldn't just come out and say it. You know what I mean? Like, just be like, hey, guess what? We changed our minds.
It's pretty annoying.
Because the composer was like, no, that's crazy. That's not true. And then Snyder was like, Snyder was like, you're an idiot. You're just carrying water for those idiots that are going to leave that company anyway.
It's nuts. The next one, speaking of sequels that are taking longer to come out, Robert Pattinson and Andy Serkis have both come out and said that they finally talked to Matt Reeves and he told them what the Batman 2 is about.
He told them about
They
it.
don't have a script yet, but he's told them what the movie was, and they're like, it's super exciting. Of course, they're going to say that. But at least they've got something. They moved. Filming was supposed to start in March. Robert Pattinson said that they're planning on starting at the end of the year. So we're probably not going to get it till 2026 or 2027, actually, which is insane.
Which comes out first, this or the next Spider-Man?
Oh, this comes out.
I don't know.
So that's a little disappointing, especially because I'm not really excited about anything that DC is doing other than that. Speaking of DC, Creature Commandos Season 2 has been put on the fast track.
Of course.
So, yeah, James Gunn,
What about, did you guys watch any of that?
No. I watched a few like scenes, but I was like, I don't want to watch
I saw some like stills from it with like, there's Batman, there's Superman.
Oh, I did see the Batman one.
Yeah.
I think we talked about that.
Yeah, it's just lame. Lame. Yeah, I just don't know what DC is doing really with their whole, like, you're going for Creature Commandos, which no one really watched. And you're going with these random guys, and then we got some rumor news that we'll go into, but like they're doing like Sergeant Rock and like these other stuff that I'm like,
I don't even know who that is.
And no one does. But it's like, that's who you're going with. That's
Sergeant
what movie?
Rock.
Yes.
The heck is that?
So it's just they're doing a weird thing. So we're going to
strategy cut.
That's news. We're going to go now into the rumor section. So take this off. All the stuff we said before is 100% true.
Wow, factual.
These ones now, take them with a grain of salt. The first one, Spider-Man 4 will reportedly feature a new take on the character alongside a new supporting cast. Destin Daniel Cretton is set to film this in a new direction. At the end of Spider-Man 3, we got like, okay, no one knows who he is. Mm-hmm. He had that whole like, which I thought, you can go down, like do more of like a, no one knows who Spider-Man is. That's good. Have him do more like a brawler, like street level superhero. But yeah, what do you guys think the new direction is going to be?
I mean,
take on the character.
I thought the last movie left off in a really good spot with where I've always thought the character should be. I like that he's kind of on his own. No one knows his identity. He's got a crappy apartment in New York.
That's important.
Yeah. I want to see him delivering some pizzas, swinging around. Yeah, it's interesting what they'll do because, I mean, they could go the route of introducing a Miles Morales. They could go with finally getting some kind of Harry Osborn in there, which I still hadn't done in his first 3 movies. I think Black Cat would be pretty interesting. Actually give her something to do. I think she was technically in Amazing Spider-Man 2, but never really.
Oh, yeah. She was
Felicity Jones.
Yeah, Felicity Jones.
Yeah, I feel like they could go in a lot of different ways. But I would really just love to see them stick to their guns and keep him anonymous, his secret identity. I don't want him changing his mind and going back to MJ. I'd really like it. Just
let's get the real MJ out there.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, that's right.
How hard can that be? I would just like to see it play out. They set it up in a good way. Let's see what it actually looks like.
Did you say it's going to be an alternate universe or what? No,
they just said it's going to a new take on the character.
Okay,
which that can mean anything.
Huh? Interesting. Yeah, I feel like the way it ended, it was kind of like, now we're going to get like kind of the Spider-Man I always wanted of like a more traditional. Mm-hmm. But if they're saying a different take, because I feel like Spider-Man throughout his whole Spider-Man movies, he was always a little bit of a Tony Stark Jr. a little bit.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I always felt. Like, I feel like it was missing the, I don't know.
Yeah, the Spider-Man.
The Spider-Man.
The Spidey sense.
Yeah, the Spidey sense.
But when they say a new take, does that mean they're going like, this is brand new? He's more like Wolverine now.
Yeah. He's smoking all the time.
He gets bit by a Wolverine and he's like, hey, bub. I don't know. It's just, I feel like Marvel doesn't know what they're doing. Also, like they're just kind of like
They're just throwing things.
they're kind of floundering, and they're like, well, what can we do now? So, but
this is also Sony, and they know exactly what they're doing.
They
with
do
their
exactly what
characters,
they're
right?
doing.
speaking of Sony, the next part of this is almost news because it was revealed in Variety and stuff like that. So it's talking about Clayface, which is the movie that in DC that they have announced. Clayface is rumored to be a horror thriller tragedy with the lead protagonist not expected to be portrayed as the notorious villain he's known as in the Batman canon. This is the dumbest thing. Why?
Wait, what?
The only thing that's going to make people want to go watch this is if it ties in with Batman. If you're going to just take the story of Clayface and be like, oh, he's the actor that, and then you eliminate the Batman of it, who wants to go watch this? It's the same thing Sony tried to do with all these Craven and like let's make them more like anti-heroes, not villains. And you don't put Spider-Man in there because you're like, oh, well, then people are going to choose Spider-Man over them. It's stupid. This is just a dumb, like, who's going to go watch this? And the reality is they're probably going to make this like, the budget on a movie like this should be like $10 million, right? They're going to end up doing the budget like $150 million. Mm. It's going to make $200 million and it's going to flop. It's like, why are you doing this?
Who's the director attached?
They don't know yet.
I thought there was a
guy that was attached to do it, and now they're saying he's not.
Because I think that was the only interesting thing.
Yeah.
Was like, oh.
No, the guy that they have now is the guy that did like Kick-Ass 2 and like a bunch of movies. Like they show a list of it that they were like, this guy has not made very good movies.
Yeah, DC should really learn a lesson from Marvel. It does not work.
From Sony?
What did I say?
Marvel.
Oh, yeah. It doesn't work. You need that main hero in those type of movies. Like maybe it works in comic books, but in a movie, and then changing the character to you need to sympathize with them. Like no, they're freaking villains for a reason. I don't know who's excited about it.
No.
And I like Clayface. I think he's a cool character, but in the context of he's a Batman villain and a Batman story.
You need to have that. This says Mike Flanagan,
he's
writer
writing.
of the Clayface movie, is too busy to direct. So James Watkins could possibly take over directorial duties. And then if you look up, because his movies are not very good.
Because Mike Flanagan did all the Haunting on House, whatever the Netflix ones
Haunting of Hill House.
Yeah. Haunting of Hill House. And Midnight Mass and all those like Netflix horror ones. Which I've heard good things about. So I think he fits as a writer as far as
So he did Eden Lake, which I've never seen. The Woman in Black, which I've never seen. The Take, which I've never seen. He directed some episodes of Black Mirror. McMafia episodes.
McCoffee.
And Speak No Evil, which is that movie that has, what's his name?
Russell Crowe.
No,
James McAvoy.
James McAvoy.
The one that it's a remake.
Where the kid doesn't have a tongue, and he's like,
and he's like,
come hang out with us.
And the guy's like, hey, your wife is really hot, bro. Yeah. And he's like, oh, thank you.
But
why don't you guys come over to our house?
It's just a silly thing. Like, why are you making a Clayface movie? The whole reason you want Clayface is because he's a Batman villain. Like, take the one thing that's interesting about, like, the whole tragedy of Clayface is that Batman's trying to help him. Like in the animated series, those episodes are just absolutely incredible. When he's like trying to save him off the cliff and it starts raining and he starts like turning into a puddle, and it's just so. You need Batman. I don't care
what
about.
What if there's someone else though that's helping him, but it's not Batman? Are you intrigued now?
No, I'm not. Anyways, the next thing we're gonna go on DC rumor. So Sergeant Rock was the movie they announced that they were going to do. Here's the interesting thing. In Creature Commandos, there is the robot that kills
Lieutenant
Nazis.
Rock is in it.
The robot that kills Nazis. His unit is the unit from Sergeant Rock. So they're like, oh, they're already teasing stuff. So there's a picture and there's a character in there that's supposed to be Sergeant Rock. Anyways, no one knows about this character. No one cares. No one's going to go watch this movie. They had Daniel Craig was originally attached to play him.
I was just seeing.
And then now the rumor is that since Daniel Craig dropped out, Jeremy Allen White has been offered the role to play Sergeant Rock.
There's those are two different actors. You know what I mean?
Course, I mean, yeah, no, duh.
No, but I'm saying the age gap between those actors, you would think they would find a similar replacement. They're like, let's go for a dude 30 years younger. Also, I saw the director's supposed to be Luka whatever.
Modric.
The Luka Guadagnini.
Guarini.
Yeah, whatever his name is. The guy that does the Call Me By Your Name and all that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So you know Sergeant Rock's going to be spicy.
So, for those of you who don't know,
he needs to work.
Sergeant Franklin John Rock, also known as simply Sergeant Rock, is a fictional character appearing in American comic books published by DC Comics. Sergeant Rock first appeared in Our Army at War, June 1959, and was created by Robert Kanigher and John Kubert. The character is a World War II soldier who served as an infantry non-commissioned officer.
Wow.
It's just
it's incredible.
Let's see what.
Might as well put G.I. Joe.
Powers and abilities.
Oh.
Rock is a crack shot, able to shoot down several German fighter planes with a single submachine gun and able to throw hand grenades with amazing accuracy.
Nice.
Rock is a highly effective close combat fighter, mostly shown using a style of street fighting mixed with boxing and judo. Rock seems to have close to superhuman endurance and strength, surviving a large number of gunshot wounds, fragments from hand grenades, exposure to freezing water, and other hazards. Rock's powers seem to be more realistic in Bob Kanigher's stories than in Joe Kubert's. Rock's combat antenna is what he calls a kind of sixth sense to warn him of impeding enemy attack.
Spidey sense.
This usually allows him at least some time to warn easy company, even if it rarely allows them to get out of harm's way entirely. With very few exceptions, Rock maintains complete calm and determination under fire, even when the odds are stacked high against his and easy company's success. Rock also has a heart. The one thing that almost had him breaking down is when the Nazis scrapped the very bottom of the barrel and were sending teenage boys out against Rock and his men, or when he and his company were guarding a group of children who had to be evacuated from an orphanage and one died from a German bullet. It's just...
Sounds stupid.
It makes no sense. And this is why I say James Gunn has no idea what he's doing. He's not building a universe that anyone's interested in. His Superman movie is check the boxes. Oh, put crypto in there. You want to see a cute dog? There he is. Oh, you want to see Superman saving kids? There he is. Oh, you want the trunks? There are his trunks. You
want the Superman theme? Put the Superman.
Yeah.
It's you want just Sergeant Rock? Here's Sergeant Rock.
Well, and it's just okay, now we're going to put Guy Gardner, Hawk Girl, Mr. Terrific, Sentinel, all this kind of stuff. You're just throwing all this stuff there. And then you're doing Supergirl, Sergeant Rock, Creature Commandos. It's the universe you're building. You're doing Peacemaker season 2. The universe you're making.
Forgot about that show.
No one cares about. You're the Authority is going to be in this. Who? It's just ridiculous.
I feel like he learned the wrong lesson from Guardians. He's oh, people just love
the Misfits,
the wacky characters that no one knows about.
Yeah, the thing that he got lucky with Guardians of the Galaxy is it was attached to a universe that was already established and people were excited for.
And it was different.
Yes.
It was we have the main heroes and then we have, like you said, the Misfits.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy to me. But I guess we'll see once Sergeant Rock is announced.
They should get The Rock to play him.
I'm The Rock and I'm playing Sergeant Rock. No, they should get...
this is about to change the order of the
DC
universe.
It's about to change. The other thing kind of in the superhero news is with Daredevil coming out, there's rumors that Marvel is trying to figure out how to get the Defenders back in. So Jessica Jones,
Luke Cage.
Nick Cage and Luke Cage. No, it's just Iron Fist. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. To me, it's like, I mean, you guys probably did. You guys watch that series?
I watched Defenders. I actually thought it was pretty good. The Iron Fist was terrible.
Yeah,
I didn't even watch the second season, but that first season
There was a
awful.
second season of Iron Fist?
Yeah.
No way.
Yep. Yeah.
Was there really? Mm-hmm. I don't believe you. I'm
Look
looking it up.
Look it up.
Ooh, put your money on it.
$20.
It was called Iron Fists.
Multiple.
There were 2 seasons of Iron Fist. No way. I never watched the second
I
season.
think the big deal of the second season was he actually gets his mask that he has. In
Nice. There we go.
I liked Luke Cage. I thought Luke Cage was good.
Luke Cage was totally fine. I
Jessica
thought
Jones' Diary? No? No fans?
No.
No.
Okay. Wow. Yeah, but do you guys want them back, or is it just like, why?
I don't see why not. I think they're stronger together than, except for Daredevil. His stuff was good, but I'd say for the rest of them, I'd rather see them just as that group.
Yeah.
And like, oh, here's Iron Fist again in his series.
Yeah, I don't think they would do like a Iron Fist season 3. I think they do like, oh, the Defenders are going to show up in these shows, stuff like that. But who knows? Josh, you care much?
I could take it or leave it, to be honest.
Yeah.
They're all right, but Daredevil and Punisher were the ones I cared about the most.
Yeah.
So I think it makes sense for them to throw them in, but it just seems it just seems weird how it'll fit in with, like, it's technically Marvel's universe. What are they going to carry over? You know what I mean? Like, are they going to carry over stuff from the Netflix show, or is it just like, brand new characters, same actors?
I think at this point, I don't think they even care anymore.
No, I don't think they do either. It's just kind of interesting.
No. Last 2 rumor meals.
Meals or mills?
Mills. You know, like
What?
mills.
I thought we were having the.
Rumor meals.
I love it.
Delicious rumor. Nintendo Switch 2.
Canceled.
No, we're getting our Nintendo Direct in April for the Switch 2.
Mm-hmm.
Some patents have come out, and one of the things was that you can play it. You can attach the Joy-Cons to either side, so you can play. Like, the screen can be upside down. Like, it doesn't matter. It's like
I love
idiot.
playing my games.
It's like idiot proof. Like, depending on which way you have it, it'll flip. You know, it's like a phone.
There's a lot of idiots out there.
You know, when you flip a phone in the videos, like, you can do that. Like,
Aren't they magnetic too?
yeah, they're magnetic. So there's not. So anyway, so there's that rumor with some patents and stuff. But the other thing is that apparently there's a screen you can attach to the top of the screen that it makes it basically like a DS. You know how the DS had DS had 2 screens? One of the videos showing the patent is like, oh, you can buy another screen and attach it and play like a giant DS, basically.
No way, dude.
So, yeah.
No way.
I mean, it's pretty legit. Here's the thing that I love about this is that when the Switch 2 was announced and people saw it, a lot of people were like, Nintendo was always weird. I miss weird Nintendo. And they're like, now they're just doing a Switch 2. It's basically just a bigger, better Switch. It's like, what happened to Nintendo? I'm like, well, now you can't complain because they have the whole rumor that the Joy-Cons can be like mice. You know, you play them that way. Now they're having the rumor that, oh, you can attach another screen to it, or there's other attachments. You can attach like a sensor bar on the top, and it's able to do like. Anyways,
They'll get my money when they come out with the crappy light with the curly cord that you got with your Game Boy Color. You shine it down, then I'm all in.
Hey, play at night.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
How else am I going to see the screen? I need a light.
Josh, what do you think? Would you use that?
I don't think I would.
Switch 2 DS.
I don't think I would. But it's always interesting to see. Like, I feel like Nintendo always patents a bunch of crazy stuff, just because they're like, that's crazy.
showing a picture right now of what it would look like.
They always patent a bunch of crazy stuff, and sometimes they never happens or whatever. I think that makes sense, having it not matter what side you hook them up to, because, how are you going to know which one? And that explains why there's 2 jacks on either side of the USB-C on either side. Huh.
Little webcam.
Yeah, is there a fan? Can you put a fan on there? It'll be interesting to see. I mean, I don't know how beneficial it'll be, to be honest.
Doesn't have to be beneficial. It just has to be
different.
Cool. So people can be like, Nintendo, stay weird.
Yeah. So, we'll see.
We'll find out in April. Still got to wait long months. The last rumor that I have here, which got me excited, there's a video game rumor. What do you guys think the rumor's going to be?
It's a Batman game.
You got me. Rocksteady.
I was going to guess that too.
Rocksteady is apparently working on a Batman Beyond game.
This rumor has been around for a while, but
That would be amazing.
I think now's the time to actually follow
You
through
got to
with
do it. You got to do it.
I mean, that would be sick.
Yeah.
Especially they can clean out the bad taste of the Suicide Squad game.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be pretty sweet. I think I'd actually be pretty excited about that. And it's different enough that it's not like you're retreading again. Oh, we're just doing Batman again. It's Batman Beyond. You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's right. Well, just the whole aesthetic of it is different. Like, you get away with like doing the city, like the more futuristic look. Like the villains are different. You can do some cool stuff, but they could probably do some cool stuff. Like the cool stuff they did with Batman Beyond was kind of like the Joker kind of arc.
And
and so you could still probably bring back Joker, and even get Mark Hamill to do some stuff. Like that would be a cool story to do. But you also have these different villains and stuff. And I just think the aesthetic of it would look cool. Like, I don't know. Like, the Arkham games are so cool how they look like Batman, but man, you could do something really cool looking.
Cool cyberpunk.
Cyberpunk stuff that I think would be awesome. And they need a W. It's either that or you do a Superman game.
Honestly, at this point, I'd rather them do a Superman game just to try something really new, but I think Batman Beyond's like that close second. It's familiar but different enough.
Or, hear me out, what if they do a Sergeant Rock game?
There you go.
Oh, you got me.
Mm-hmm. Be kind of cool. Pretty cool.
Or a Peacemaker. James Gunn's like, I need you to scrap it all. Peacemaker. I need a lot of fart jokes. No one wants that? Okay.
No, I don't think so.
All right. I tried,
far.
guys.
Too far.
I tried. Yeah, I mean, I think that would be cool. And yeah, they need something because the Suicide Squad game was ridiculous. And did you see that they just released the ending of the game?
Like what?
Like on YouTube?
No, it just came out. Like they did another patch.
Now it's official. You can actually beat the game.
Yes, because they were going to do updates. So now the official ending.
Because they were going to do DLC.
Yes. So now the official ending is like they don't even do a cutscene or anything. It's basically like a comic shots of them and Harley Quinn being like, and then the bats came back and Brainiac had them all locked up and we were just killing fake clones. And like this whole thing, and people are like, this is what you're doing? Like, this is the ending of it. Like, what? And it's just like her narrating over like pictures of them like fighting and stuff. And you're like, what are you doing? Like, what a mess. Shame. Man, we were so excited for it. Remember when we got together for the Fandom and we were like, oh, Rocksteady's going to announce a game.
Dude, those were the days.
Oh, man.
I bought into the whole Gotham Knights, but I learned my lesson. I did not get the Suicide Squad game.
Sad days. Sad days. That's
hopefully brighter ones to come, though.
Well, hopefully.
Potentially a Batman Beyond game.
Yeah, I saw a tweet of somebody that talked about like The Wonder Woman game they announced, like no one's heard anything. The Wolverine game, like no one's like. There was a Green Lantern game, like a bunch of stuff that like, the Star Wars Eclipse. Like there's been a bunch of game announcements.
All the game industry is.
See you later. Well, actually, we're not doing that. So it's kind of crazy. But yeah, hey, that's gonna do it for all the rumors and news. Anything else you guys want to say before we sign off for the evening?
There was a Sony State of Play, but there wasn't really anything exciting. They just announced Borderlands 4 release date was confirmed for September 23rd. What else did they announce? Honestly, it was a little disappointing. No Ghosts of Yotai news. That's what I was really hoping for.
Yeah.
They need to do a Star Wars Ghosts of Yubnub.
Ghosts of Yubnub?
Yeah. And it's you're an Ewok and you're...
In Battlefront, you could play... What was it called? Night on Endor, I think. And you were stormtroopers who crash landed in Endor, and then you could play as and you could play the Ewoks would kill you. That was actually pretty fun. You would just hear, they'd kill you in the dark. It was pretty sweet.
A giant branch would swing out of the dark.
Yep.
And
It was kind of crazy. Yeah, it was like you wouldn't think. You're like, yeah, man, the freaking Ewoks are frightening.
then they play your head for drums.
They also eat you.
Yeah.
They straight up just eat you.
Well, yeah, at the end of Return of the Jedi, all those helmets that they're banging on, like the heads are still actually in there.
That's how you get the tone.
Well, that's going to do it for another week of the Nerd Age Podcast. Thanks so much for hanging out with us. I keep looking over where the camera usually is, as if someone's there. We'll be back next week with more of the Nerd Age Podcast. You can find us on TikTok, X, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Thanks so much for hanging out with us. We'll see y'all next week.
Bye. See you.